Shalom and welcome to the Seder. It's so frustrating that we can't be together as we have been in the past to do the Passover Seder together. But I hope that you will have the appropriate foods, or many of them, and that you'll be able to do a Seder in your own room. And I'm going to walk you through it. We're going to use the Haggadah that we have used at the Bristol for the past couple of years. So hopefully you have a copy, and if not, please ask. Remember that the essence of the Seder is to tell the story of the going out of Egypt. It's also an opportunity to ask questions. Make sure that you're asking yourself questions. Passover during the time of coronavirus. Instead of big family celebrations, we're alone. Maybe just an immediate family. Maybe not even that. How is this Passover different from all other Passovers? Do we even have to ask? And how is this Passover similar to many other Passovers? For example, the very first Passover meal was in Egypt right before the plague of the killing of the firstborn. The Israelites had to eat quickly. They also had to make sure that they took the blood from the lamb and wiped it on the doorposts and the lintel of their house so that the angel of death would pass over and not destroy the firstborn. They were not able to go out of their houses, just like today. We can imagine Passover in a concentration camp, Passover in a refugee camp or a displaced persons camp, Passover during the time of the Inquisition when one could be killed for being Jewish, and Passover Seders, against all odds, were being held in dark basements, and people were doing their best. So let's begin. There are 15 steps to the Seder, and I'm going to sing the song for you. Kadesh urechatz, karpas yachatz, magid rachza, motzi matzah, maror korech, shulchan orech, tzafun barech, Hallel nirtzah. We begin every holiday with candle lighting. And the blessing goes, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel yom tov. Blessed are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has made us holy with the mitzvot and commanded us to kindle the lights for Yom Tov. Next is Kadesh, where we bless the wine. Tonight we drink 4 cups of wine. Some say they represent our matriarchs, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, whose virtue caused God to liberate us from slavery. The 4 corners of the earth, for freedom must reign everywhere. The 4 seasons of the year, for freedom must be guarded at all times. 4 stages on the path of liberation, becoming aware of oppression, opposing oppression, imagining alternatives, and accepting responsibility to act. Above all, these 4 glasses stand for the 4 promises of redemption recorded in the story of the liberation of our people from Egyptian bondage. I will bring you out. I will deliver you. I will redeem you. I will take you to be my people. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher bachar banu mikol am, v'romamanu mikol lashon, v'kiddushanu b'mitzvotav. V'titen lanu Adonai Eloheinu b'ahava, moadim l'simcha, chagim uzmanim l'sason, et yom chag hamatzot hazeh. Zeman chevertenu mikra kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta, v'otanu kitashta mikol ha'amim, umoadei kodshecha, b'simcha uv'sason hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh Yisrael v'hazmanim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehecheyanu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. We bless you, God, ruler of the universe, who creates the fruit of the vine. Blessed are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has kept us alive, who has sustained us, and who has allowed us to reach this joyous occasion. And we lean to the left and we drink the first cup of wine. The second thing we do is orchatz. We wash our hands without a blessing because we're not yet ready to eat matzah. In thinking about our hands, they can be vehicles for creation or destruction. And when we wash our hands, let's think about dedicating them to working for good in the world. And let's also think about how we can use our hands to virtually reach out to other people whom we would normally want to hold their hands. Karpas is the green vegetable. I happen to have some celery, but you can use any green vegetable. Some people like to dip French fries in ketchup. You can use celery, parsley, cucumber, any type of green vegetable. So why do we eat the green vegetable? Now, centuries ago, only those who were free enjoyed the luxury of dipping their food to begin a meal. In a celebration of our people's freedom tonight, we too start our meal by dipping our green vegetables. But we also remember that our freedom came after tremendous struggle. So rather than a sweet dressing, we dip our vegetables into salt water, recalling the ominous waters that threatened to drown our Israelite ancestors as they fled persecution in Egypt. Also, tears are salty, so it reminds us of the tears they shed on that journey. But on the other hand, green vegetables mean that spring is coming. Spring is here. And the salt water does remind us that tears stop, that spring comes, and with it the potential for change. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri ha'adamah. Blessed are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who creates the fruit of the earth. And then we eat some of this. Yachatz is where we break the middle matzah. We have 3 matzahs at the Seder. Some say they represent our 3 patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Others say they represent 3 types of Jews, Kohen, Levi, and Yisrael. There are other ways that we can think of that have to do with 3s in our tradition. And we don't say a blessing when we do this, but we're mindful of the fact that Pesach, Passover, begins in a broken world amidst slavery and oppression. That brokenness is not just a physical or political situation. It reminds us of those hard, damaged places within ourselves, the narrow places from which we want to break free. And this year, I know many of us want to break free from our homes, from our rooms. We want to get out and breathe fresh air. That will come. In Egypt, that narrow place is Mitzrayim, reminding us of the word sar, which is narrow. So what's going to happen is I'm going to break the middle matzah, and half of it is going to go into the special afikomen bag for somebody, maybe me, to find later. The next section is called Magid, where we tell the story of Passover. Halachma, the bread of affliction. Why do we call matzah the bread of affliction? Matzah actually has dual symbolism. One of our sages, Rabban Gamliel, suggests that matzah is a symbol of redemption, because as the Israelites were preparing to leave Egypt, they were in such a rush that their bread did not have a chance to rise. But matzah is also a commemoration of servitude, since the Jews ate matzah throughout their slavery in Egypt. As poor people, they never had the luxury of allowing their bread to rise. Matzah becomes transformed from the bread of the poor to the bread of redemption through the process of the Seder. And here's a song that we can sing. This is the bread of affliction which our ancestors ate in the land of Egypt. Let all who are hungry come and eat. Let all who are needy celebrate Passover. Now we are here. Next year may we be in Israel. Now we are slaves. Next year may we be free. Halachma, halachma anya diachalu ahavdana be'ara de Mitzrayim, be'ara de Mitzrayim, kol dichvin yete v'echol, kol ditzrich yete v'yisach, Hashtahacha l'shana haba'a be'aradi Yisrael. Hashta avdei l'shana haba'a b'nei chorin. The next part really begins the story, the Magid, the 4 questions. And it's traditional for the youngest at the table to ask those 4 questions. But our sages were mindful of the fact that not everyone had an opportunity to gather with family and friends for a Seder. And Maimonides, the Rambam, said that even if only 2 are having the Seder together, they ask each other the questions. And if one is having a Seder by him or herself, they ask themselves. So join with me. Ma nishtana halayla hazeh mikol haleilot, mikol haleilot, shebechol haleilot anu ochlin chametz umatzah, chametz umatzah. Halayla hazeh, kulo matzah. Halayla hazeh, kulo matzah. Shebechol haleilot anu ochlin she'ar yirakot, she'ar yirakot. Halayla hazeh, maror, maror. Halayla hazeh, maror, maror. Shebechol haleilot ein anu matbilin afilu pa'am echad, afilu pa'am echad. Halayla hazeh, shetei ve'amim. Halayla הלילה הזה שתהי פעמים, שבכל הלילות אנו אוכלים בין יושבין ובין מסובין, בין יושבין ובין מסובין. הלילה הזה, כולנו מסובין. הלילה הזה, כולנו מסובין. In the translation, why is this night different from all other nights? On all other nights, we eat chametz and matzah. Tonight, we eat only matzah. On all other nights, we eat any kind of vegetables. Tonight, we eat bitter herbs. On all other nights, we do not dip our foods even once, but tonight, we dip twice. On all other nights, we eat either sitting up straight or reclining. Tonight, we all recline. And we begin the answer by reminding ourselves, we celebrate tonight because we were Pharaoh's slaves in Egypt, and the Lord our God delivered us with a mighty hand. Had the Holy Blessed One redeemed our ancestors from Egypt, had not the Holy One redeemed our ancestors from Egypt, we, our children, and our children's children would have remained slaves. Avadim hayinu, ata b'nei chorin, Avadim hayinu, ata b'nei chorin, Avadim hayinu, ata b'nei chorin. We were slaves to Pharaoh in Egypt, now we are free. And our ancestors, our sages, told us that even if all of us were wise and well-versed in the Torah, it would still be our duty from year to year to tell the story of the deliverance from Egypt. And anyone who enlarges on the tale of the going out of Mitzrayim deserves praise. And we sing together, praised be the one in whom the world finds its true place, yet whose place transcends the world. Baruch HaMakom Baruch Hu, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Shenatan Torah Li'amo Yisrael. Baruch HaMakom Baruch Hu, Baruch HaMakom Baruch Hu, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Shenatan Torah Li'amo Yisrael. Baruch HaMakom Baruch Hu. Now we know that there is a story of the 4 children. The wise child, the wicked or contrary child, the simple child, and the one who does not even know how to ask a question. The reason we have these 4 different children or 4 different people comes from 4 different verses in the Torah, where we are commanded to tell the story of the going out of Egypt to our children. But we know that we need to tell different people stories in different ways. Different people learn differently. The wise child says, what is the meaning of all of these laws and customs and rituals? And you say to that child a detailed explanation. The wicked or the contrary child says, what does all this mean to you? And in some respects, we're told he's excluding himself from the rest, and we say to him harshly, or her, this is what God did for me when I was a slave in Egypt. For me and not for him, because had he been there, he would not have been redeemed. The Tom, the simple child, says, what is this? and you give this child a simple answer that he or she can understand. And for the one who does not even know how to ask a question, she'eno yodea lishol, you have to begin for this child and begin to tell the story. We lift our cup of wine as we recall God's promise to Abraham, a promise that has sustained our forefathers and sustained us. For it was not one man alone who rose against us to destroy us. In every generation, they rise up to destroy us, and the Kadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy Blessed One, saves us from their hands. Vehi she'amda lavotenu v'lanu. Vehi she'amda lavotenu v'lanu. Shelo echvad vilvad amad aleinu lechalotenu. Asher bechol dor vador, omdim aleinu lechalotenu, ve'hakadosh baruch hu, matzilenu mi'adam. We come to the part of the 10 plagues, and it's customary to take our wine glasses, and with a spoon or with our little finger, for each of these plagues, we take out a little drop of wine and put it on our plates. Why do we do this? We do this because wine is a symbol of joy. We drink it on happy occasions. But we're also mindful of the fact that our freedom and our happiness came at the expense of others. Dam, blood. Tzifardea, frogs. Kinim, vermin. Arov, wild animals. Dever, cattle disease. Shechin, boils. Barad, hail. Arbe, locusts. Choshech, darkness. Makat bechorot, the death of the firstborn. And even though many of us grew up licking our pinkies, we don't do that. We just wipe our fingers and we continue. And we remember that God has bestowed many favors on us, and one of our favorite songs to sing is Dayenu. But something I learned last night is very interesting. We say, had God brought us out of Egypt and not executed judgments against the Egyptians, it would have been enough. Dayenu, maybe. Had God satisfied our needs in the desert for 40 years and not fed us the manna? Dayenu. Now, Dayenu literally means it would have been enough for us. But really, had God not fed us in the desert, we would not have been able to survive. Had God given us the manna but not given us Shabbat so that we would have a day to rest, it would not have been enough for us. But what the word Dayenu teaches is that we need to be thankful to God for all that God has done for us. So bringing us out of Egypt, bringing us across the Sea of Reeds on dry land, that would have been enough for us to thank God for all of God's kindness. We appreciate that God has gone above and beyond and done God's best to bring us from slavery in Egypt into the promised land. Ilu hotzianu mi Mitzrayim, hotzianu mi Mitzrayim, dayenu, 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 dayenu. Rabban Gamliel used to say, that anyone who has not discussed these three things on Passover has not fulfilled their duty, namely Pesach, the Passover offering. This is represented by the shank bone on our Seder plate. This is the Pesach sacrifice which our ancestors ate while the temple still stood. They ate it because God passed over, Pasach, the houses of the Israelites while killing the firstborn of every Egyptian family. Matzah, the unleavened bread. Why do we eat this? Because there was not enough time for our ancestors' dough to rise, so they had to bake their unleavened dough into matzah in the desert. Maror, the bitter herbs. Why do we eat this? Because the Egyptians embittered the lives of the Israelites. And we are taught, Bechol dor vador chayav adam lirot et atzmo ke'ilu hu yatsa mimitzrayim. In every generation, it is our duty to imagine that each of us personally left Egypt. Just as it says, you shall tell your child on that very day. It is because of this that God did for me when I went out from Egypt. We praise God with words of Hallel, with words of Psalms. B'tzeit Yisrael mi Mitzrayim, Beit Yaakov me'am lo'ez, Hayta Yehuda lekodsho, Yisrael mamshelotav, Hayam ra'av ayanos, Hayarden, Kisov leachor heharim, rakedu che'elim, givaot, kivnei tzon, malechayam, kitanus, hayarden, tisov leachor, heharim, tirkedu che'elim, givaot, kivnei tzon, milifnei adon, chuli aretz, milifnei Eloah Yaakov, haovchi hatzor, agamayim, chalamish lemaino mayim. When Israel went out of Egypt, the house of Jacob from a people of strange language, Judah became God's sanctuary and Israel God's dominion. The sea saw it and fled. The Jordan flowed backwards. The mountains skipped like rams and the little hills like lambs. And now it is time for our second cup of wine. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. We praise you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who freed us and our ancestors from Egypt and brought us here this night to eat matzah and maror. Our God and God of our ancestors, help us celebrate future holidays and festivals in peace and in joy. And we thank you with a new song, Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. Blessed are you, Adonai, Redeemer of Israel. Next is Rachtzah, where we wash our hands with a blessing. And that blessing is Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al nitilat yadayim. Blessed are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has made us holy with the mitzvot and commanded us regarding washing the hands. Next, it's time to eat some matzah. There are two blessings. The first is the blessing over bread. The second is specifically a blessing regarding the commandment to eat matzah. So each person takes a piece of matzah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Blessed are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who brings forth bread from the earth. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al achilat matzah. Blessed are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has sanctified us with your mitzvot and commanded us concerning the eating of matzah, that we eat some. Next is maror, the bitter herbs, which reminds us of the bittery of slavery. It's customary to eat the maror mixed with some of the charoset, a mixture of sweet and bitter. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al achilat maror. Blessed are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has sanctified us with your mitzvot and commanded us concerning the eating of our bitter herbs. Next is something interesting called korech, and this is the Hillel sandwich. What Hillel would do in the time of the temple would mix the Pesach offering with some matzah and maror and eat them together so that he would properly carry out the Torah's commandment, on matzah and bitter herbs shall they eat it. And here we are up to the festive meal. Now, once the meal is over, you can look for the afikomen. We have the third cup. And again, this is when we open the door for Elijah the prophet, praying that Elijah would come in soon and bring lasting peace. And then we sing an additional Hallel. And this is my favorite melody. Hodu, hodu, ladonai ki tov, ki li olam chasto. Hodu, hodu, ladonai ki tov, ki li olam chasto. Hodu, ladonai ki tov, ki li olam chasto. Hodu ladonai ki tov, ki li olam chasto. Give thanks to God who is good. God's loving kindness endures forever. Nirtzah is the end of the Seder. It marks the conclusion. The last thing we do is honor the tradition of declaring Leshana haba, Leshana haba, Leshana haba, Birushalayim, Leshana haba, Birushalayim hamnuya, Leshana haba, Birushalayim hamnuya. Next year in Jerusalem. Gut Yontif, Chag Kasher V'Sameach.